You know, I think I make the most out of every day here.
A few years back, we made a little video about our favorite facilities person, Pete Kinton, who is now celebrating 20 years here at the Meadowbrook School. Here's what a few of his friends had to say about Pete in one word.
Humorous.
Hilarious.
Fabulous.
Creative.
Resourceful.
Big heart.
Helpful.
Reliable.
Caring.
Interesting.
Pete, thanks for always helping me out with whatever I need, whether it's on the stage or in the studio or just around campus. Always there to help. That's who you are. That's how you've been. Thank you. And congrats on 20 years here at Meadowbrook.
You know, I'm a pretty lucky guy. At the end of the day, I come here and sit out here and reflect on my thoughts. And, I work with a great bunch of people here at the Meadowbrook School. I'm a pretty lucky guy.
When I was asked to help celebrate Pete Johannsen's 25 years at Meadowbrook, I quickly said yes. And I started trying to fit 25 years of Pete Johannsen in a video. It's overwhelming. In the truest sense of the word, this person is a teacher. He's got a heart of gold, and he backs it up with the skill, the high expectations, the creativity, a way of always growing and changing and challenging himself that was an inspiration to decades of Meadowbrook kids. When I think of Pete Johannsen, I think of a guy who went to South Africa to visit his family. Didn't just come back with an amazing science unit on early humans, but created a relationship with KYP and the people down there that led to years of trips to South Africa for Meadowbrook families and visits from our South African friends to Meadowbrook. When I think of Pete Johannsen, I remember science trips with 30 some odd sixth graders trailing behind him up Mount Monadnock, all sorts of gizmos and gadgets hanging from their packs, some of them homemade at Meadowbrook by Pete and the students. They'd stop, measure, write things down on clipboards, continue up and down. Every person who passed us on the trail was aghast at how engaged and excited and purposeful this group of kids were traveling up and down that mountain. When I think of Pete Johannsen, I think of Barbara Vincent asking him how we're going to fit 40 kids on the old stage in the old lunchroom so they could all be seen. Him going, I'll build a stairwell and some platforms. He didn't just build a stairwell. They built a curved, beautiful stairwell. We built a bed that went under the stage and then appeared out of nowhere. Pete Johannsen taught poetry, taught science, taught social studies, taught reading and writing. And mostly, I think he taught everybody who's ever been around him that you can be hardworking, decent, so kind that you never made an enemy, so loving to children that you can inspire them to go on and find their own passions. I remember him deciding one year we were going to build a boat. And he didn't mean he was going to build a boat. He meant he was going to take a bunch of 12-year-olds and build some boats. Within a few weeks, there's a flotilla of homemade boats, painted, watertight, floating all around the Meadowbrook Pond. Kids having a great time. I checked in with Barbara Vincent, asked her what she remembered. She wrote an amazing paragraph that'll go directly to Pete. And I wanted to grab this part of what she said and share it with all of you. Pete, you dedicate love and openness to whatever it takes to foster not only the growth of others, but also to extend your own growth. To me, you will always be a Renaissance man. And that was our nickname for Pete. I think it still fits. Always growing, always changing, and always leading with his head and his heart. Meadowbrook has been really lucky to have Pete Johannsen for 25 years. We salute you, Pete. Thank you.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting ready to scare Mr. B.
How do you do it?
We jump out when he's not even looking. We're gonna say boo.
You're gonna scare Mr. B? What are you gonna do?
Scare Mr. B.
What are you doing under there?
Vassallo, what can I say? 30 years ago, we were hired, we became friends. We were 20-something, you had a full head of hair, and life was good, and it still is. You were hired to teach woodworking in that little shed that located in the woods, and it was your plan to stay, but only a few years before you headed off to teach at the college level. Oh, how lucky we all are that that never happened. You fell in love with Meadowbrook, you fell in love with teaching, you fell in love with Meadowbrook students, and they fell in love with you. For 3 decades, you have worn a plaid shirt every day, and you have captivated students with your stories. Stories of life, stories of art, stories of Dudley the dog, of the talking sponge, of building your house with your own hands, of fishing and of rugby and of family and of crazy adventures with your brother's V, and the ultimate adventure of being little Teddy's dad. You brought a lot of smiles to kids' faces, and you taught them about the really important things in life. Kindness and friendship and forgiveness and creativity, and on and on and on. So my friend, congratulations on 30 amazing years. You've made me a better teacher, a better human being, and here's to many more years of V-Power for everybody to enjoy.